America's privately owned freight railroads keep the nation on track, investing $23 billion a year, 6 times more than the average manufacturer, to deliver safe, reliable service. That's how railroads move 59 tons of goods for every American each year and help their customers grow. Railroads do all this while offering some of the safest, best-paying jobs in the country, supporting families and driving the economy forward. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
As a fan chosen for the halftime challenge, I love sports.
For a chance to win the big prize.
But when my half-court heave only goes half the distance.
How embarrassing for him.
I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports? Because Sport Clips Haircuts is sports on TV, plus an expert haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo.
Tear up his comically large check.
Which is better than sports plus
public embarrassment.
Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Check it online at sportclips.com.
Adventures don't always go as planned. One minute you're cruising in your RV, the next your tire hits a massive pothole. Progressive is ready for you when the unexpected hits, with excellent claim service for your boat, RV, and motorcycle. Plus, optional coverage like roadside assistance and on-the-water towing. Visit Progressive.com and make sure your next adventure is unforgettable for the right reasons. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage is subject to policy terms and limits.
WTL. It's time! WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
the J.O.
and Jeremy Odom. Your star keeps ascending. I mean, I see all these posts. You're just breaking records. You're like the hottest, the biggest comedian on iHeart now. Like
I'm gonna have to hire you as my publicist, I believe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that would be great. But yes, we did just have a record-breaking
awesome
week.
Congratulations!
On Laugh With Me. Make sure to check us out. Yeah,
that is so great. And you hear some applause there. We have another co-host. We had to get you back, Joanna, returning guest. You were in Philadelphia recently. Covering, was that your first All-Star game, or you've done that a couple times now?
That was my first All-Star game. Yeah.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell. It looked like you'd been there 100 times before, the way you're going back with some of the players. Nick Swisher, one of my all-time favorite. He's like the classic. He was an Oakland Athletic, but he's going to find a home in New York and some World Series.
Classic.
So,
sure.
Yeah. But how much fun was that?
Oh my gosh, it was a great experience. You know, the World Baseball Classic this year really got me primed and prepped for this.
Yeah.
People are asking me what's it like being around all these athletes? Are you starstruck, or are you
Yeah.
And you get used to it after a while, you know? Yeah,
right.
you do. And these guys like Swisher, I mean, he's perfect. He makes
so
you feel
awesome.
so comfortable in his presence, So yeah, it was a good time.
Do you have a moment that you can go back to where you did feel a little awestruck? You were kind of shaken. For me, it was when I interviewed Will Shields, and he had on his Hall of Fame gold jacket, and I'm just this, younger guy, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to Will Shields. Did you have a moment like that?
Let me think about this. I would say the World Baseball Classic. I don't know. I was just so in my element.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Right.
I don't think I had a moment like that. I would say probably way back College World Series, Paul Skeens. I mean, knowing
that's awesome.
what he was about to be. He's 3 weeks away from being the #1 draft pick, and you knew he was going to be. I would say that being probably my first big. Because it was one of those moments where I'm like, I know this guy's going to be big down the road, and I'm going to be one of the first people that actually got an interview with this guy, And they're young college. It's hard to pull stuff out of him at that point. I mean, he just won the Natty. He's not trying to talk to people right now,
Yeah.
But
Focus on a girlfriend or something.
Yeah. No, this experience, I'd say you'd think CC Sabathia, I got an interview with him. You would think, first ballot Hall of Famer, I'd be a little shaking in my boots, but it's all good. It's all good.
The confidence and professionalism, second to none. That's why we had to have you back. So, Jeremy, let's go 0 to 100. I love doing this.
Let's do it.
A lot of people had opinions coming out of the All-Star game before and afterwards. Is Major League Baseball's All-Star game, is it broken? Does it need to be fixed? Like, why? People are saying, oh, it's just a showcase, too many home runs, gorilla ball, this and that. And then we get a baseball game, it's 4-0. Oh, it's so boring. Like, where is it? What's going on? Is it broken? And if it is, can we fix it?
You know what? It is, because it's a popularity contest. They need to remove the fan voting. Like, I hate to say that, but that's what it's become.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of these guys are electing out now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, either they're like, I really don't deserve to be here. This is a popular, like, I don't know if that's what happened with Vlad Guerrero. He opted out, but he did not deserve to be there.
Okay.
So definitely did not deserve to be starting over Nick Kurtz and Ben Rice, right? But so I don't know if that's what's happening, but I think they need to remove that component, because it has just kind of become like a popularity thing.
Well, where does that fall in there with, the fans have to matter in Major League Baseball? I get where they're coming from. They're trying to give the fans what they want.
It's like the way it used to. I mean, it's always been that way, too, with the fan vote. Because I remember my guy, Tony Gwynn, he would always get voted in, and then he'd be hurt and never even touch, the field at the All-Star game. It's like, well, maybe he wasn't quite the guy to start in right field, but the fans love him. I mean, why not? I mean, and the Padres have to have somebody represent them.
Right.
And I know, like, MLB viewership has obviously been down the last, I don't know,
number of years.
Decades,
yeah,
probably.
Really,
Really.
Oh, man, I just saw some reports from the NFL. Like, they raked in $14 billion or something in like 3 weeks, and that's more than MLS, Major League Baseball, NBA all combined.
Yeah. And so I think that's probably like the main driver behind it. But I mean, for the players, from their perspective, some of them feel like it's a joke, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are just like, no, I don't want your, people are opting out. Other people get offered a spot. They're like, no, you didn't think of me in the beginning. I don't want,
Yeah.
I don't want any part of this.
So that's kind of an off the field issue, and just trying to get the best product as far as players that are playing well, players that deserve to be there. On the field, I felt, for me, it was an entertaining baseball game. Yeah. It was 4-0, first inning, saw much of the action. Your boy, Cody Bellinger.
Boys. Oh, yeah. Ben Rice. You got Ben Rice right behind him.
Right behind him. He delivered an RBI as well, those 3 runs in the first inning. I saw that and I thought, this is good baseball. Where do you fall on that? Is the product on the field actually being played? Is that okay? Is that better, or where are we at?
I thought the product was great.
Yeah.
I think everyone, just looking at the numbers this year, the NL side is way better than the AL, right?
Oh.
I think it's just a fact. But I think a lot of people thought, like, Chris Sanchez on the mound. I think people thought it would be NL, like, taking this all the way home, but it was exciting because the AL came out and they're like, nah, my Yankees held their end of the deal up, and I thought it was a good game.
For those that don't know, Joanna's a huge Yankees fan. I think that's even on your handle, right?
Yes, JP Yankees girl.
Yeah. So apologies to all the non-Yankee fans. However, they're everywhere. Jeremy, we can't get away from them. Yankee fans are everywhere.
We are everywhere.
I mean, my brother and I, we grew up in San Diego, Oceanside. He's a Yankees fan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they are literally everywhere. I'm the only
get away
one
from these guys.
And that's like 90s, I'm guessing 90s kid, 90s Padres. I mean, really? Like,
I know.
90s Yankees, though.
Well,
doesn't get better.
We did see some records be broken in this All-Star game. You don't always see that, but it was on the pitching side of thing. J.O., let's get your thoughts on that. First off, I mean, I feel like some people just don't get that excitement, like seeing a good defensive game, but I do. I mean, I know how hard it is to take the mound, try to work around again, especially a guy that's looking to make a show and making me part of that show by taking me yard or whatever. 27 total strikeouts, a record being set that was set earlier in 2013. What did you make of that?
Well, great pitching is always going to be great hitting, in my opinion, because they're the ones dealing. They know what they're working with, whereas the hitter's got to react in half second, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty astonishing that over the last few years that it's become such a defensive game, or at least pitcher dominant. Once you get a couple leads, we were talking off the air, like you get a couple run lead like the AL did there. I mean, you can run away with this thing pretty quickly. I enjoy it as a baseball fan.
Yeah.
These are the types of games I want to see. To me, it's the beginning of like that playoff level game where it is 3-0,
Yeah.
3-1, 3-2, and you're excited.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't think it's bad for the game either. We got the Derby the night before, so
There we go.
it's like we got to see
We got
the
the
bombs.
offense.
Yeah, we saw the fireworks, right?
Exactly.
No, I love it too, especially kind of coming from a nerd, a geek, a baseball purist, if you will.
Yes.
It really showcased how important those first 5 batters were in the top of the first inning. Like, you got to get through that.
You got to get out early.
And then once Cody went right up the middle, you can't serve it back up to Rice following him. So it's kind of one of those deals where baseball is a little bit different. All these sports are different, football, baseball, soccer, whatever. But baseball is a game of moments, and each one matters so much.
Yeah.
What was your takeaway as far as the pitching performance? And J.O., you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
When you get a couple of heads and then you have the 8 best pitchers in the game.
It's over.
Yeah.
I think he captured it well. Like the pitching across the board, honestly, on both sides is right now, there's a lot of good pitching across MLB. It's exciting. There's young talent coming in. Cam Schlittler, Parker Messick on the AL side. Like some really exciting young talent there. Dylan Cease, obviously, starting for the AL. So, yeah, I mean, that's why you see teams like the Dodgers stockpiling pitchers, and they're putting them on the IL throughout the year, and then boom, they're healthy and ready to go. Magically, they're ready to go for the playoffs, right?
Yeah. The 60-day IL, like what?
Yeah.
I thought he scratched or something.
And then they're boom, they're ready to go. I think that's like their method, honestly. I think they just stockpile. They cycle guys through the IL throughout the year. Boom, ready to go. Like, not a coincidence. They just took Shohei off the mound this week. And so he won't be pitching now for a little while.
Right.
But like the Yankees on paper, like that's what they were supposed to be, right? With Schlittler, Fried, and Cole. And coincidentally, today, those two are going back to back for the first time. So pretty exciting for Yankee fans.
Saw your article.
Yep. Just put that out this morning. So
are you saying the Dodgers have figured out another way to cheat? Because this is ridiculous. That they do this, and you're right. This is what they've been doing.
Though?
Yeah.
Is it cheating, though?
Did they pin it on their translator? Is that what they did, the Dodgers?
Is
that what happened?
Their physical to their
Somebody's
doctor.
a fall guy. We'll find out who. But no, I think that's what they're doing.
It's what they're doing.
Now that we're a couple days removed from it and you're getting back into the groove of things, you're back in Nebraska. Was there a key moment that you kind of look back on and that's going to stick with you for a while now, covering your first All-Star game?
Just like being in the mix of it. Even at the World Baseball Classic, they had things set up in a way where you weren't super close to the broadcast.
Yeah.
And so, but here it was a little bit of a different setup. And I'm 10 feet away from David Ortiz, Derek Jeter, and A-Rod.
Yeah.
Talking to my young Cam Schlittler and hugging it out with him. So I think like just standing back and like watching those things as opposed to like me being in the middle of something.
Right.
I think that's where the things I'm going to remember the most. Just standing back, taking a moment to like breathe it in, and you're on the go the whole time. And so you get home and then you realize like, holy crap, I just watched that.
Yeah,
I was just there.
You had a job to do, so you had to do it.
Yeah.
And fantastic job you did as well. I was following on X and on Instagram and all those good places. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
That was a lot of fun. But hey, we're up against it. Let's take a quick minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is NordVPN. Browse, work, and play online with confidence thanks to their world-class cybersecurity. Shield your online activities, hide your virtual location, if you got to do that, and block everyday internet threats with NordVPN. Receive up to 77% off when using our WTL link down in the description below there, J.O., and it's just WTL. It's just those 3 letters.
You can't forget that.
Can't forget that. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is WTL.
As a fan chosen for the halftime challenge, I love sports.
For a chance to win the big prize.
But when my half-court heave only goes half the distance,
How embarrassing for him.
I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports? Because Sport Clips Haircuts is sports on TV, plus an expert haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo.
Tear up his comically large check.
Which is better than sports plus
Public embarrassment.
Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Check it online at sportclips.com.
Adventures don't always go as planned. 1 minute you're cruising in your RV, the next your tire hits a massive pothole. Progressive is ready for you when the unexpected hits with excellent claim service for your boat, RV, and motorcycle. Plus optional coverage like roadside assistance and on-the-water towing. Visit Progressive.com and make sure your next adventure is unforgettable for the right reasons. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage is subject to policy terms and limits.
WTL.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
WTL.
Welcome back to Where's the Line, your place for everything sports betting. And this week we are taking it to the Brickyard at Indy Motor Speedway. Jake, how are we doing today?
We're good. We're good. How about you, Victoria? I
Pretty
kind of missed
good.
it last weekend, but I think you had Logano in there, so
Yes.
that was smart. That was a good one. He seemed like a very obvious pick at the end of things.
Yes, it was a great race to watch, of course. And my whole family actually watched the race with me, so it was really cool. And I remember picking Logano, and my brother was like, I can't believe you knew that pick. And I was like, can't tell you, I just had a feeling. So
You know what? I might have missed it last week, but you nailed it, and I nailed it the week before. So we'll take those licks and keep moving on, and we'll go to Indy, as you said. Who do you have this week?
this week I have Kyle Larson, and here's my reasoning. He is a guy that has competed in the double-double there, which means he does the Indy 500 and then goes and does the Coke 600. So he has a lot of experience at Indy. Even though Indy cars and NASCARs are very different from each other, Kyle Larson is a guy who knows the track really well because he's raced there multiple times compared to the average driver in NASCAR has. So I think a very safe pick, at least in my opinion, would be Kyle Larson going into this weekend.
It's hard to argue with that. I mean, he has an average finish, and again, it's only in 2 races in the next gen car at Indy, but of 1.5. And he won not last year's, that was Bo Wallace, but the one before. He's really good at this track, and it just, I think, suits his driving style well as well. I'm going to go, my pick to win the race this week, I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin. And it's a little different of a pick because he has not been great at Indy in the next gen car, but he has been good on ovals. And, these flatter kind of tracks, I think Toyota has had a really good setup for. I think they're all going to be really strong this weekend. So, I just think Denny Hamlin is the best Toyota. So again, not a ton of value there. He's plus 350. There's more value in your pick with Kyle Larson at plus 700, but I think those are 2 pretty safe bets to possibly be there at the end.
Yeah, and Denny Hamlin was also on my top 3 of picks too. I mean, he's just really dominant on ovals. And I mean, I've mentioned this pretty much every episode, but as the chase is just getting closer and closer and closer, you're going to see a lot of those drivers become way more dominant. I mean, Denny Hamlin has a little bit more wiggle room since he's officially clinched a spot in the chase, but I know, knowing Denny Hamlin and his racing style, he's not going to give up at all this season.
Yeah, and I the other guy I'm going to throw in one of these is Ryan Blaney. I mean, I feel like I've had him a lot this season when we've done these chats, but there are very few guys that have been closer to winning at Indy than Ryan Blaney. I mean, he's got an average finish of 5th. He's got a top 5 there. And I think, again, we've talked about it in the past. He's carrying the flag right now for the Ford group. Obviously, Joey Logano last week at North Wilkesboro was a huge, probably shot in the arm for those Ford guys. But I tell you what, I mean, we said it a couple of weeks ago with Atlanta and North Wilkesboro and Indy and Iowa and Daytona. I tell you what, that just has Team Penske written all over it, and they're 2 for 2 in the first 2 of those races.
Oh, absolutely. And even talking about Ryan Blaney, taking into consideration that he is one of the finalists in the in-season challenge this week. I mean, I believe the prize is $1 million on the line. Blaney, he's going to want to win it all and prove that he is the in-season champion. So with that on the line, I think Blaney also is a super dominant pick for this weekend.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment, but I believe we both have somebody a little bit deeper down that we both have our eyes on. We'll start with our long shots with you.
So my long shot for this week is going to be no other than Bubba Wallace. He did win the race here at Indy last year, and he's just getting better and better and better at the ovals. He's proven that 23 car is really fast and does deserve a win here somewhere in the season. And again, with the chase coming around the corner soon, he's going to want to do everything he can for the 23 team to just try and get them in the chase as long as they can.
Yeah, I like Bubba Wallace too. I mean, same thing with Denny Hamlin. I mean, the Toyotas are going to be really strong, and he won a year ago, so you got to like his chances. I am going to go even deeper down into the long shot odds. Bubba Wallace is plus 1,200. I'm going to go with plus 4,500 Brad Keselowski as my long shot. Similar to what I said with Joey Logano and the Fords getting a shot in the arm with having won the last 2 races. I think Brad Keselowski right now is in probably must-win scenario to get into the playoffs. I mean, you don't have the win and you're in anymore, and he's 19th in points right now. To at least feel comfortable coming down to the final races of the regular season, I think he's going to have to get a win, and he's won here before. I mean, I tell you, this is a track that has been very good to Brad Keselowski when he was at Team Penske, and so I think Brad Keselowski possibly deserves a little bit of a sprinkle this weekend. Let's, before we wrap up, touch on the in-season challenge and here's the reason why. People might look at this and think, okay, Ryan Blaney's going to wipe the floor with Todd Gilliland. But Ryan Blaney, of the active NASCAR Cup Series drivers, has the 3rd best average finish at the Indy, at Brickyard, in the next-gen car era. Can you guess who is 4th?
It's definitely Todd Gilliland there.
It is indeed Todd Gilliland. So Ryan Blaney has an average finish of 5th. Todd Gilliland has an average finish of 6th. And so what I think is interesting about this, Ryan Blaney is minus 340 to win it. Todd Gilliland is plus 230. And so obviously Vegas has done their research and they've realized, okay, Todd Gilliland, a little bit better than people might think he is at Indy. Last year you had Ty Dillon and Ty Gibbs, and Ty Gibbs was the heavy favorite. Not necessarily the case this season. So Victoria, my question to you is, would you pick Todd Gilliland? Do you find value in betting on Todd Gilliland, or do you steer clear? Because really is not much value in betting Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, I mean, especially taking in the Todd Gilliland and seeing his performance this season, he's just getting stronger and stronger as the season goes. In my opinion, he's the fastest driver on that front row lineup. I mean, you have Noah Gragson and Zane Smith, but they haven't really pulled their weight like Todd Gilliland has. And he's also proved a lot of people wrong in this in-season challenge. Like, I had a lot of people coming to me saying, I don't think Todd Gilliland's going to make it very far in this in-season challenge, but he's just proven himself every week, no matter his opponent in the in-season challenge. I think it will be a pretty safe bet to go Gilliland this week.
Interesting. All right. I mean, that, it kind of goes against what we were picking, with Ryan Blaney possibly being a race winner, but it is possible to bet Ryan Blaney, to still bet Todd Gilliland. I mean, if Ryan Blaney wins, he wins the in-season challenge. But my whole thing, and this is probably not helping out the bettors at all. I just don't know if there is value there to bet Todd Gilliland and risk that when Ryan Blaney, I think, could win the race. But Todd Gilliland obviously has shown that he has the speed to run up front. If Blaney has a mechanical failure or gets a penalty on pit road, Todd Gilliland has proven in the past that he can keep the car up front at Indy. All right, yeah, Victoria.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I agree. Yes, you might think Ryan Blaney is the safer pick, especially seeing how fast his car has been, but don't get too comfortable betting Ryan Blaney. I mean, Todd Gilliland, don't doubt him at all because, right. This race can still be just as chaotic as all the other races that we've seen. You just don't know what's going to happen. But Todd Gilliland, he's just proven himself every single week. So yes, I do agree with you saying that Ryan Blaney might be a little bit of the safer pick, but I wouldn't put too much doubt into Todd Gilliland because he can be very dominant in situations like this, especially.
We will have to wait and see. All right, Victoria, enjoy the race this weekend.
You too. We'll see you next week.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
As a fan chosen for the halftime challenge, I love sports.
For a chance to win the big prize.
But when my half-court heave only goes half the distance...
How embarrassing for him!
I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports? Because Sport Clips Haircuts is sports on TV, plus an expert haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo.
Tear up his comically large check.
Which is better than sports plus...
public embarrassment.
Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Check it online at sportclips.com.
WTL. All right, nice, huh? Got a talk show here, talk show with my mic. I got everything. WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
DJO
and
Joanna Perlinger.
Oh, Miss Perlinger, thank you for getting back in the studio with us, fresh off your MLB All-Star break. You covered it all. It wasn't just the game. You were there for a couple of days.
Yeah, so I got in Sunday. Would have loved to be there for the Futures game because that's, to me, like, you know, because I cover the whole pipeline. So I'm always looking for those, you know, up-and-coming guys, too. But didn't make it in for that. Was there to see the ballpark village, the home run derby, and then, of course, the game itself.
And tell folks where they can find some of your work. We mentioned earlier in the first segment there your article over Fried and Cole, both healthy now for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I write for On New Jersey Sports, so it's ONNJ.com. Cover the Yankees for them. We cover the Mets and Phillies as well, so local teams. And then I also have my own platform where I cover everything. Babes Media. So you can find that Twitter, Instagram, all the things.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw a number of your interviews from the All-Star break, from the All-Star weekend. That was pretty good. Just talking off air there, the interview with Nick Swisher, just so on brand for that guy.
Oh my gosh. He just rolls around with so much energy. And I had to ask him, like, how do you have so much energy all the time? And he's like, well, it's good and bad. And, you know, I'm like, no, it's infectious.
Yeah, so it's all good.
And he, of course, you know, I was asking him what it's like being back in Philly after, you know, the Yankees beat them in the 2009 World Series. And so he's like, oh, I got booed off the stage the other day. And I mean, it was good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And in typical Swisher fashion, didn't he said something like, oh, you're just thinking 09, aren't you, Philly?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I had to rub it in while I'm here.
I mean, look out. So. You might have a couple beer cans flying your way, you know, saying things like that in Philadelphia. So. Well, coming out of the All-Star break, we got to talk. We're a sports betting show. We got to talk about favorites out of the NL and the American League. But let's start right there with the National League. And I mean, the Dodgers are your clear World Series favorites. They're sitting atop the NL West. They're at a plus 190 right now to win the National League. They're at a plus 105 to win the World Series. Plus money odds to win the World Series right now is insane. And just to win the NL West, just their division, it's an untouchable minus 20,000 is your odds. Like, I don't even think a lot of books are going to take your bet on the Dodgers right now.
What's wrong with those teams in the West?
What's wrong with those teams out in the West? Yeah, let's start with you, Jay. What's going on out there?
Why can't anybody catch the Dodgers? What is going on there?
What's up? And now they have more guys coming off the IL. I don't know. Is it good for baseball that there is such a monster out there? You being a Yankees fan, I think you're a perfect type of a person to ask.
Oh, man, I knew that was coming. Listen, it was different in the 90s. I don't love it. Yeah. I think a lot of people are sick of it. It's the same way in every sport when a powerhouse comes through year after year. Everyone hated the Ravens for a while. Everyone I mean, that's just That's how sports are.
Well, let's shift gears and talk about a little bit more fun of a team, a more fun watch here, and that's the Brewers locking down the NL Central.
Yeah.
They're a 10-1 odds right now to win the National League. Their odds have shortened drastically from 35-1 down to 10-1 here.
Wow.
Where they opened up the season at. They got a comfortable lead over the Cubs here, and they're at a plus 425.
Best record in baseball as of yesterday. The Dodgers took it back over, but they had the best record in baseball yesterday. Yeah. That is a team that can be sellers at every single, free agency period.
Yeah.
And every trade deadline and still come out on top.
How do they do
it? It's like they're, I don't know. It's their development, I guess.
Well, if you had to take a flyer here, and we can get more into the Braves and the Phillies as they're kind of the 3-4 spot here, but you got the Brewers at a 10-1, Atlanta at 12-1, and Phillies at 13-1. Take the Dodgers out of it. Who do you like out of those three after the break?
I like the Phillies.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just because look at their pitching, it's just unreal. Yeah. The thing, like,
are you just saying that because you were just in Philadelphia?
No. The Phillies on paper, year after year after year, like their lineup should always be at the top.
Yeah, they should always be in the mix. I mean, there's no reason that they're not a team that is leading their division and then making a run for the NLCS every single year. But like back to the Brewers real quick. These are teams that we see every year where they just run through the regular season. They look awesome. And then as soon as they get into like competitive games that matter, playoff series, things tighten up.
Correct.
Like to me, it's like that's where the Dodgers are so good is they get guys who've been there and the moments, the lights aren't so bright, I don't know. That's why I can't watch.
Going back to my analogy, I think like if you watch this pattern, they stockpile. They put these guys on the IL throughout the year. And so if you look at how many games a year a lot of these guys are playing, it's not up to where most of these other teams are relying on these guys 100% of the time.
Well, it's the NBA load management
to
strategy.
The playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. It's that load management strategy of keep guys fresh and their best innings come at the most important time.
Exactly. I mean, last year using Sasaki out of the bullpen, like, I mean, their strategies, it's just, they're going to be tough to overcome. The Phillies, for some reason, though, I cannot figure out why they can't perform in the postseason because they have the talent, they have the pitching. But now they've got Don Mattingly at the helm, so we'll see. I don't know. They're excited. They're an exciting team to me.
I feel like Major League Baseball, and maybe the Phillies are a microcosm that kind of goes against the trend, but especially being an Oakland Athletics fan, Billy Beane and management, they always kind of poo-pooed coaching. They're like, that's secondary. You're going to do what we want, play who we want, when we want, whether that's put a guy on the shelf or whatever. I think Coach Mattingly has kind of put that on its head. Like, no, management does matter. A coach does matter.
It does matter. Well, look at the Yankees. I mean, talk to any Yankee fan and they've got some problems with Aaron Boone and the way that he manages the bullpen. And I mean, I've got gripes about 2024, right?
Okay.
But,
really?
Game 1, World Series. Why are we going to the guy that's been injured for months? Why are you pulling him out of the pen? So anyway,
the Yankees love stability there. They like to stick with the guy they know what they have type situation and not the what could be. So to have Boone for an extended time, it just seems like the Yankees like that. Like they like the level of consistency there and then play with the roster, to give them something to work with. I don't know. It just seems like that's their strategy.
Well, and I think there's something to be said about that. Okay, we're first and foremost, we talk about Nebraska football.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the things that's plagued Nebraska football over the last 10, 15 years is the turnover at coaching, especially the head coaching spot. And that's kind of where I admire like the Phillies. I got kind of choke myself into saying that, but it's not working. Make a change. Don't just sit with it for 4 years and say like, Scott Frost's going to turn it around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's talk about the skipper's old job. You're talking about Coach Boone there. The Braves are still ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies. They have a huge run differential. I think the best in baseball. They're actually sitting at 12-1 odds. Why don't you like the Braves in front of the Phillies?
I think just because of their history of injury. Like, look at Acuna. I mean, that guy plays maybe 100 games a year, and I'm not even exaggerating. I think maybe one time he's had a season over 100 games a year.
Wow.
Like, he's just always hurt. Ozuna, always hurt. I don't know. And they haven't been there the last few years.
Yeah, true.
But I just really like what the Phillies are doing. I think, again, it comes back to pitching for me. Chris Sanchez might be the Cy Young. You've got Luzardo. You've got, I'm
to your point, I think the American League just showed how important pitching is.
Yeah.
In the way that they were able to just shut down the National League.
And they've been right there, right? The last few years, they've been right there. Last year, they just about got past the Dodgers. They really did.
Yeah.
But it was one stupid little blip, like throw to home. So I mean, and that was like a rookie, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like this could be their year.
Okay.
It's got to be for Bryce, right? And Schwarber.
You got a big vibes guy right here. He makes a lot of wagers on vibes, likes teams on vibes.
Ew.
So, JL, I'm going to throw it to you. Why don't you like the Braves?
This is why I do like the Braves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, and to your point on the injuries, it just annihilated that team last year, right? And they have shown that it kind of comes in patterns or waves with them because Acuna can't stay on the field. But when he does, that's when you see that huge jump in success. And I feel like this is the year that team can make a run.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next year, and put it up back to back, I don't see that. Like, I don't see them. I see the injury bug catching up to them. And maybe that's where they make some moves with the roster. But this team's built to win. And the Braves have not been afraid to spend money and get guys to put together a complete roster. It's just those injuries have really buckled them. I like them this year to make that run. And the vibes are insanely high. Like the entire city of Atlanta is rallied around them. And it's interesting. My buddy used to live in Atlanta for years. And he would say
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
As a fan chosen for the halftime challenge, I love sports.
For a chance to win the big prize.
But when my half-court heave only goes half the distance...
How embarrassing for him!
I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports? Because Sport Clips Haircuts is sports on TV, plus an expert haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo.
Tear up his comically large check.
Which is better than sports plus...
public embarrassment.
Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Check it online at sportclips.com.
More people, more devices, more AI. The way we live today takes a lot of energy. Wind and solar are powerful, but not always available. That's where natural gas comes in, with reliable energy whenever it's needed. Companies like Energy Transfer work behind the scenes, safely transporting these resources to facilities across the country through a network of underground pipelines. Learn more at ittakes.energy.com.
Braves were good. I mean, you could tell. I mean, the city was hot.
It's
not
the
same.
vibes are good.
It's not the same with some of the other teams that play there, but for the Braves. So right now, it's not just the temperature hot. Like, they are rolling.
They've got guys that have been there too, like Chris Sale, right? Like that guy. I mean,
he's a baller.
He is.
That's
he
a
is.
presence
He's
that you
healthy.
want back there. Yeah.
But then you've also got the young, exciting talent like Drake Baldwin. And, like they have that good mix of veteran and young youth. So yeah, I don't hate the Braves for it, but
you wouldn't be surprised, but you like the Phillies, and a lot of it comes back to pitching, and we've already made that point a couple of times. It's hard to argue how important pitching is in the postseason or an All-Star game, or it really doesn't matter. Pitching is where it's at.
And now we're going to take a break and hear a word from our sponsors. Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great, and England okay, and France terrible.
WTL.
And now back to the regular show.
It really doesn't matter. Pitching is where it's at. Well, should we shift gears and get over to the American League?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I see your gear. I see the Yankees logo, loud and proud there. And your Yankees are favored to win the AL pennant. They are sitting right now on the Omaha Warhorse Sportsbook at a plus 550, clear favorite to win the American League, a plus 230 to win the World Series. Despite they're still chasing Tampa Bay. What are your initial thoughts here? Put on your betting hat. Why would you rather bet on the Yankees other than you're a fan over the Rays?
I would take the Yankees any day.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I'll say from personal experience, I cannot count the Rays out of anything. They are scary every year. They're like the Brewers, right? Like,
yes,
pesky.
I was about to say that.
Yes, they're pesky. Like, you can never count those guys out. Mm-hmm. And they do everything right.
Yeah.
They're always leading baseball in, like, stolen bases and the craftiness, right? Like, just putting the ball in play, moving runners, stealing bases, like, doing the things you got to do just to manufacture some runs. So, they scare me. Yeah. But the Yankees pitching, again, like, everything, you said it in the beginning, like, everything always comes back to pitching.
No.
And I mean, obviously they have Rasmussen, who's scary too, but the Yankees now having Fried back, like, vibes, talk about vibes. Schlittler,
that's a vibe.
Fried, and Cole, like, Cole today went out and shoved 11 Ks.
Yeah.
So yeah, he might be finding his groove. And then the guy that people are forgetting about that's going to be insane in the bullpen. And by the way, the Yankees bullpen has been lights out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clark Schmidt, he was a starter for the Yankees the last few years, and he's going to we'll move him to the bullpen when he comes back.
Okay.
He'll probably be back in September.
Mm.
So pretty good timing. He's been out with Tommy John as well. So
you probably got the inside track on this, and you probably have it in your article a little bit. Are the Yankees, are they kind of putting the reins on, or, holding Fried back, or are they just going to all gas all the time? If you can pitch 7 innings, go get it.
That's a great question. I guess to be determined. I don't know. He was supposed to make another rehab start before coming back today, but doubleheader. So they're like, all right, let's bring him back.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if they try to keep him maybe around 80 pitches for a while.
Okay.
Because, Cole had this same injury with the bruising.
Yeah.
And then it, obviously transformed into Tommy John.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if they do kind of hold it back for a little bit.
Yeah. And something that we've seen in Major League Baseball for a number of years now, especially with the Players Union getting to the point where they're at, you can't rush a guy back anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just that the Yankees have the luxury with a few other arms on staff to be able to maybe withstand that a little bit more and still stay high enough in the rankings to where they're not trying to just make the playoffs. They're securely in one of the favorites. Another team here that I kind of like to look at coming out of the AL West, the Mariners. 13-1 odds right now to win the AL pennant. They're a minus 120 favorite to win the West. What are you seeing from the Mariners? Because I think probably the least talked about team out there, the Texas Rangers, defending AL West champs. They're at plus 135 right now on the sports book to actually win the West. But yeah, I mean, here I am leading it talking about the Mariners.
Man, they're just... It's not like anything really changed from from last year.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really make that many changes. So to me, it's perplexing that they've been slumping the way that they have this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're coming out of that a little bit right now. So they're scary. I'd say they're a scary team for sure.
Being a Yankees fan, who would you rather see in that opening round? Would it be the Mariners being scary, or the Rangers? A team that you've seen before that have been there.
The Rangers are scarier probably to me because of their pitching.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. They're just like another one of those pesky teams. I guess I don't know that I want to face any of them, to be honest.
Well, you're not getting around it.
No.
It's playoff baseball.
The Big Dumper's having one of the all-time like slumps
Yeah.
of any player after a season like he had last year. He just hasn't. It started in the World Baseball Classic and has never let up.
Yeah. I
It's
don't
too
know
bad.
if it was like the pressure of, like he didn't win the MVP and like, I don't know. I don't know
Wheels
if it was
just kinda
the
came off
pressure
on the
to
guy?
come back like stronger than even than last year, which like he obviously had a historic season.
He did.
So yeah, I don't know what the deal is there, but it seems like he's coming out of that.
Okay. Well, you want to talk about teams that are red hot. And I just saw an article where this is the best team in baseball. No, for real. The Boston Red Sox.
14 games or wins straight.
Isn't that something?
Scary.
The Boston Red Sox. They're still 25-1 odds to win the AL pennant here. They're the most volatile wild card out there. I mean, but look at it this way. They're 25-1 right now, currently on the book. They were 100-1 on some books, 100-1. And now they're sitting at a 25-1, like you said, 14-game winning streak. And they still have a couple of pitchers they're looking to get back. The Red Sox could be the perfect storm of the team you really do not want to face in the playoffs. And it would be a lower seeded team too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close call last year, obviously, in the wild card series for us. And yeah, but are the vibes really better than the Yankees and Red Sox in the playoffs? I mean,
oh, so
it's
we're
tough
still,
to beat.
it's just vibes, huh?
It's tough to beat that.
It's proven that vibes can win championships. You know this, Coach.
I know. Yeah,
you're 10 under.
Oh yeah, our 10U team was riding high on some vibes, and yeah.
I mean, you've said all season this isn't the most disciplined team. This isn't the most talented team.
Right.
But then you won a championship.
We did. We stepped out there, let the players play. But even that, we had some good pitchers. The 4-inning max, you're maxing out. We're using all 4 innings, Cal. And that's where I think the Red Sox could really make some hay because we still have. I know everyone wants to hear about my fantasy baseball team. I still got 2 Red Sox on the IL that I just will not cut. I'm looking to get them back and to make that postseason run here. And in real life, non-fantasy baseball, I think the Red Sox are really eyeballing the return of a couple of these guys.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I don't really want to say much on the record about the Red Sox. To be honest.
So, she likes to talk about 09, not 04. Is that?
We don't talk about 04.
I don't know. I'm looking at all the teams that are currently sitting in the playoffs in the AL.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Chicago, Texas, New York, Cleveland, Boston. Boston and New York to me are like the 2 that I'm like, I don't want to touch them.
Yeah, I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them. Real quick, let's talk about the White Sox and the Guardians. That's becoming a really fun race in the Central there. White Sox had a couple young guns perform well. Vargas hit that dinger, the insurance run there. White Sox are still sitting at a plus 160, just behind the Guardians at a plus 115 to win this Central. It's a razor thin back and forth. You got to check the box score every day to see where teams are at, and that makes for a fun race. If you had to bet, who do you like and why? The Guardians or the White Sox right now?
I have to say, I did pick the White Sox to finish second in that division this year.
Okay.
And which was way higher than most people did, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I saw this young talent coming in. Obviously, Murakami, like that guy was so underrated by teams. And is he on the IL? He may be just returned. I think he just returned
coming back,
off the IL.
Healthy. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he's been a pleasant surprise for them too. I mean, other team. I don't know why other teams weren't looking at him, or like he was all the talk.
Yeah.
And then nobody laid it out for him. It was wild. But anyway, Guardians, they're always the team that squeaks in.
Yeah.
To me, just always.
Yeah. You talk about
they're
pesky.
another one of those Brewers, Rays, like pesky teams for sure. Yeah.
And you guys are talking about vibes a lot, and I love that. And when you're Boston or you're New York, you're the center of attention.
Yep.
So you got to play into that. You got to live up to that. That's why the Yankees, from Babe Ruth on to Mickey Mantle on to Cody Bellinger, you got to get that all-star type of a persona to lean on. On the other end of the spectrum, I think it really helps the White Sox that what you were getting at. There was no expectation, especially for a young team. Just go out there and have
Pressure's
fun. And,
low.
Oh, here we go. We're vying for the Central.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said for
Well,
that.
and you get that. You reduce the name culture with the Yankees and Red Sox. That's their culture.
Yeah.
The White Sox get this year, of the look at us now, like there's no pressure, because the pressure comes next season, regardless of what happens this year because of what they've done. So you gotta ride it while it's hot, but you only get this year. The Yankees, they've got culture that they live up to, and that is there. So yeah, a little different.
Pretty cool for the White Sox too, because people are like, oh, they're going to be sellers. Like they gave Luis Robert to the Mets, and then turn around. Like it ends up to be the best return on outfielders for them.
Yep.
They get like 3 young outfielders, and locking down Murakami was good. They have some good talent coming up. And the Guardians too, though. Like they have a lot of young, fun talent. That Chase DeLauder, he's exciting. I think he's been on the IL but coming back now. So Tigers too. I mean,
yeah, Central's a fun
they
division.
really are.
And we kind of thought that going in. When some people were even thinking, hey, the Twins could make another run. And that's to be seen. And I like the little jab. You just worked it right in there on the Mets. That was really good. That was really good. And we're kind of winding down here, Jo. Give us an update. We got to talk Padres. We got to talk about your boys. What's going on there? What can we expect?
Well, I don't know that there's anything concrete we can expect other than the unexpected right now, because this team has a first-time manager, former player in Craig Stammen. Wasn't sure what we were going to get there. As we sit at basically 500 right now, 2 games out of the wild card, things aren't going great.
Yeah.
Manny Machado, Tatis Jr. starting to bring some heat to their bats, but Stammen on any other team at any other year may have been fired already.
Yeah.
But with the looming, lockout, like it's kind of like a bridge year. So it's like, do they make a change with the ownership changing with the Padres? It just seems like we're in a holding pattern, and if we make the playoffs, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I could see us being sellers here, honestly, at the trade deadline.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and that was my thought, was for the pretty much 3 weeks into the season for the Padres, I keep thinking the bats are going to come around. Bats are going to come around.
I thought the same thing.
But are they?
Will they? Right. Well, Tatis did hit the longest home run of the season this week.
474.
So, whoa.
It was a bomb.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
That is a vibe. He's always a vibe. I've been waiting for his vibe to show up.
That's a team that when they're vibing, no one can touch them.
Yes.
No one can touch them. Well, how about
I heard we might need a reliever, though, if you guys are going to be sellers.
Well, Mason Miller, he loves the beach. He loves the beach. We might want to.
Classic Oakland Athletic making his way to New York. Oakland Athletic making his way to New York. It's just that's a vibe.
That's how it works.
That's an unfortunate one. Where can people find you and follow you?
I mean, follow me on Instagram, babes_baseball. You can follow me on my personal Twitter at 90s Yanks Kid. And then on NJ Sports is where you can read my stuff.
Fantastic. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And be sure, everyone out there, to follow us on YouTube and those short videos. The Jo and I are always out there putting together that content. We're also on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page, getting some of those short videos out there as well. For Jeremy Odom, a.k.a. The Jo. Like that? The
Jo.
I'm Eddie Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.
Behind every mile of rail and every ton of freight, people and technology work side by side, making rail safer and more reliable. From sensors that detect what the eye can't, to VR training that prepares railroaders for any scenario, freight railroads are investing in real-world solutions. The equation is simple. Human grit plus advanced tech equals a stronger, safer tomorrow. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
As a fan chosen for the halftime challenge, I love sports.
For a chance to win the big prize.
But when my half-court heave only goes half the distance...
How embarrassing for him!
I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports? Because Sport Clips Haircuts is sports on TV, plus an expert haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo.
Tear up his comically large check.
Which is better than sports plus
public embarrassment.
Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Check it online at sportclips.com.
Adventures don't always go as planned. One minute you're cruising in your RV, the next your tire hits a massive pothole. Progressive is ready for you when the unexpected hits, with excellent claim service for your boat, RV, and motorcycle. Plus optional coverage like roadside assistance and on-the-water towing. Visit Progressive.com and make sure your next adventure is unforgettable for the right reasons. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage is subject to policy terms and limits.
Forget whatever plans you have this weekend because you're staying at home and playing on SpinQuest. And there's never been a better time to sign up than right now. New users get $30 coin packs for just $10. All the table games you love, with hundreds of slot games and real cash prizes. That's at spinquest.com. SPINQUEST.com.
SpinQuest is a free-to-play social casino. Void where prohibited. Visit spinquest.com for more details.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.